Hello, everyone. Welcome again to another episode of the Bricked Up Blitz podcast. In the booth today, we have myself, Lemnos. Um, we have Wayne as my co-host,
Hello.
and a nice, spicy guest speaker today in Kite, aka TO, aka BPTO, aka Joke of the League. Welcome, Kite.
Oh.
Shut the fuck up. That's Anthony Stanislaus Ornelas for you, bitch.
Hall of
Oh my
Fame.
God.
Hall of Fame to you, Lem.
Sorry.
Yeah, welcome, Kai. Thank you for joining us. Um, why don't we start off with the game last night? That was a tough one. Kai, but it was a very good game, close game. I think the final score was 2017 for the first overtime of the game this season, right, Lem?
Yes,
Um,
sir.
and yeah, Kai, just yeah, how were how confident were you guys in going into that game? And then also, did you guys feel like you guys did what you had to do, but just unfortunately the fumble gods were just not in your favor?
Hey man, every game where BPTO is playing, we confident. There's never any doubt that we can come up with the win. But as you all can see, even the Blitz gods hate BPTO. It's conspiring, it's a conspiracy theory, but it's all good. Haters gonna hate. TO ain't even gonna relate.
Very good rhyme there, Theo. Why do you think the Blitz gods frown down upon you?
I don't know, man. Could be Curtis Curse. I know he thinks about me every night and waking thought of his day. Could be Harvey cursing me under his breath in between his 9 to 5. Could be Jocho as he is putting in his $3 parlays. Wishing there were 200 bail ones like BPTO big money. Who knows, man? But we all know they don't want to see TO shine. So whatever it is, voodoo shit, fucking Santeria, all these jokes, they're pulling all their trick cards against BPTO.
Well, it seems like it's working. So it's very unfortunate, but you really did play a really good game last night. I think some of the early stats off the presses are that you were like 93% efficient in the first half with completion percentage. So you definitely had our number for majority of that game. Um, I feel like I can't talk too much to it because I was in the game. So Wayne, feel free to throw in some thoughts and questions.
Yeah, it's like during the game and the commentary that I had for you guys was it was going to come down to who can convert best in the red zone. You guys were in the first half. I think each team over 2. Obviously, the fumbles had something to do with that, but it was just like a matter of punching it in when you were down there. Funny enough, you both had 2 rushing touchdowns to make the score 14-14 by the end of the
Yep.
second half. Um, Maybe each of you guys could speak on this. Like, what was the plan or the play calls that you guys were doing down there, and why do you think that it wasn't working? What was working and what wasn't working when you guys are down there in the red zone? Generally speaking, not just that last night, but like for the season.
Let Kite go first.
I mean, I don't know what to say. You all saw BPTO. He got his big Pele's taken away, but he still made it work, drove down the field, and motherfuckers be praying for my downfall. And I don't think it's often you see the most 3 bullshit turnovers you'll ever see in a half happen to BPTO. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I ain't gonna cry. I'm just gonna point out the obvious. Seems like it's more than 8% fumble rate when TO is at the helm. But no, I mean, I was going for a deep play every other play. It's obvious they weren't giving it up, so I had to grind down the field. It was clearly working. Sim the joke couldn't stop me. I probably could have ran on him more, but yeah, it is what it is. You look for the pass first, and then you take the sneak. And I guess now you just hope shit don't go against you with some fumbles. I know this joke gonna defend it, but look at the replay. He line hopped, overrode the spawn. I ain't gonna take it away from him though. Motherfuckers do what they do to win. And yeah, I'm happy for him. For me, it's just another game. This ain't my career like Harvey. I had fun
There it
regardless,
is.
but I mean, it sucks because I feel like I let my team down. Obviously, I made some dumb mistakes in the end, but it should have never been this close. You know what I mean? I think it's self-explanatory. You know what I mean? There's no way we shouldn't have gotten out of the first half with at least 3 points on the board. And that would have been the difference in my eyes. This was 14-17. We should have been up, but it's like my crypto career. You know what I mean? You're on with your chips, and then they bring you down, try to humble you down, but you keep going forward. That's what happened, and I mean, eventually I cracked in the end. But it is what it is. BPTO didn't show up, and I wasn't running no cutbacks. I needed more of those. I didn't get no lucky fumble going positive 8 yards. 95% of the times I've seen a fumble near the sideline. Actually, 99% of the time it goes out of bounds. This time it went into the middle of the field, straight into their blitzer. Hey man, the game speaks for itself. It's some blitz bullshit. What can I say?
Yeah, it was definitely a really unfortunate game with the fumbles, and then I wasn't doing great in the red zone. So Wayne had asked like what was going on, why did we run it and stuff like that, and I think there's two things on my account. One, I felt like super rushed in the beginning of the game, like just like wasn't in game mode because we scheduled the game like an hour before we started, or like an hour and a half before we started. Um, so that's one thing. I didn't feel ready, and then two, because I fucked up early in the game. I lost all my confidence to do like unique plays or plays in the middle. Um, so I got super one dimensional and couldn't figure out um, things I wanted to do, and I only started doing like a couple deep shots and then a bunch of uh, short sideline throws. And I also know that Smith likes to be sneaky in the spy, so I definitely didn't want to try my luck with too many hooks and icons and stuff like that. So that just meant I was gonna throw short sidelines and sneak, and that's basically what happened. Um, yeah, I just basically lost a lot of confidence on throwing the ball that game.
Yeah, sometimes, as we've seen it in other games this season, when you're when when you dealt when you feel pressure, the game changes, and it's how you overcome that, which is kind of partially why I brought up the idea of M being important. It's an intangible, obviously, but it's just a different game when you go down one score, two score, etc. Right? You really need to stay locked in and play good defense for you to still have a chance.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
yeah, so Lem, in that red zone, like, did things just like obviously you said you weren't confident in your passing. Did you feel like you had to? Did you like call plays to make it easier for yourself down the red zone, or was it just like, hey, if this play, whatever I called, isn't open, I'm just gonna try to punch it in myself.
It was pretty much that. I basically called simple sideline plays, and then if they weren't open, I was gonna just take the sneak as basically like my second read.
Got it.
Um, and then like there was a couple scenarios kind of that similar to what happened in the dangerous Krusty Krabs game. Like I threw one that was like ever so slightly late, and because it was a 2v1, it bounced off the spawn and spawned onto Phin. Um, and then there was a couple other throws that just like ended up being one of them was a mistake because I tried moving the wraith, moved back to my unit, and then scraped against Q and it threw it. So just like mechanical errors. So just all that stuff put together, like I was like I can't do anything fancy anymore. And I just put my head down and ran like Anthony Richardson.
But the good news is you didn't get tired. You didn't tap out. You didn't ask to get subbed out when the team needed you.
No, no, no. Yeah, even though my M is usually pretty bad, I felt pretty good for um, trying to do that really tough game plan.
Yeah, I hear you. Kite, while we talked about the fumbles, I will compliment you that you did play a great. You started out the game pretty well. I think I can't remember who said it, but they said that you started off a good tempo. You were moving the ball down the field. You were taking the sneaks when given the sneak. And yeah, it just came down to that fumble percentage and punching it in the red zone. So hopefully you can make those adjustments or don't have the bad luck in the last two games. So as we enter week 6 and 7, the final two games of the season, you guys are currently in last place due to the tiebreaker between you and Dangerous. What do you think your team needs to do to in the next two games to still compete for the play-in spot? And could we perhaps see any roster changes in the next week or so?
We don't need to do anything different but get money to fix his damn game, man. BPTO and his team been in every game. They're gonna continue to be in every game. Yeah, we just had shit luck from CJ's week one. They won all the jump balls. I mean, of course, it's a game where I did a signature one or two boneheaded shit, but we turned it over and stuff. And I don't know. Yeah, it's just. I mean, the only game I can think of where I'll match is when Romo lost, and that was just he just wasn't expecting the giggler to show up, man. Giggity goop.
Devin's a crazy, crazy blitzer, and he's been giving everyone trouble this season now. Um, but no, like seriously, so many kudos to you and your game plan because, like I said in that first half, 93% uh, passing percentage. Like you have good play calls and setups and stuff, and you can get people out of position on a defense, and you have that sneak available to you too. So it was awesome. And then it just came down to the defense towards the end of the game.
One question I wanted to really
I'm
ask you.
sick of your backhanded comment
Thank
game.
you.
Yeah, while you're out here cursing, laughing under your breath like Harvey, man. Just take your
No.
damn win and get out the damn booth. Next question.
uh,
Uh,
Lem, just wanted to do a quick mic check because my internet went out for 5 seconds there. Am I still good?
you sound good. You might be maybe like a smidge quieter right now, but I think you're good.
Okay, quite tight. What I wanted to ask you is, this season your team has shuffled your lineups quite frequently, probably the most of any team this season at least. And you had yourself QB, I think 2 games. You had Smith at one and Romo at another two. Um, do you feel like you kind of have a sense of who should be a starter going forward in these critical last 2 games, or will you continue to surprise us with last minute rosters?
Hey, man, it's just like I said. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Shout out to Harvey. This is just a fucking game, man. It ain't my career.
Hmm.
We play for fun. That's what we like to do. Availability is our first thing, and our second thing is, who's ready to go, who feels, what's that lame ass word you guys use, or M? Yeah, I don't fuck with that bullshit. Just call it fucking swagger. That's what Madden introduced it in '06 or something like that. Yeah, I drafted this team to be versatile, and that's just whoever feels like they can step up, they can play. I mean, I wanted to kind of prove myself that I can QB. I mean, obviously, jokes like Harvey gonna just poke at the fucking record, but of course, why would a moron like him be talking when his fucking record's out there? I mean, he acting like Curtis out here, man, putting a fucking in his name, man. That's all I gotta say. But I mean, yeah, of course, I'm not gonna take away from the dumbheaded mistakes I made that cost us the game, but I don't feel like I played bad. I don't feel like my team has played bad. I think if you watch the games, like they're literally just shit has been going against us like so fucking often, and it is what it is. I take the L's to the chin. I take accountability for when I fucked up. But it's just I feel like every player in our team gives us a chance to win, regardless of who's playing. Um, more than anything, like I know Romo enjoys the game. I know he can only play on a certain days. And it makes me internally happy if he can play a game and enjoy the game like the rest of us. We don't all have the free time that I do. Insert joke, show joke here, unemployed, whatever. Laughing my way to the bank. Joke. But yeah, I want Romo to play if he's able to play and feels it. I want Smith to play and get a win if he feels like up for it. And I want fucking Finn to talk the talk because this motherfucker out here just fucking a rock star, man.
Yeah, Finn's awesome. Your team is just great all around, like you've said. You in every single game you've been in there with like what two scores. Like they're not like blowouts at all. So you're kind of like the 2022 Vikings where they had all their wins by one score. You're kind of in the opposite side. You're in those games. It's just jump balls or like one mistake and then it's over.
Shut up, joke. Tired of you taking all my luck.
Oh my god. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I mean, yeah. That. It is what it is. Like call it the Curtis curse. Every joke has his day. It's like anything. Sometimes you're sitting at the fucking lucky roulette little fucking Vegas machine, and it fucking the moment you leave, someone else hits on it, and they cash out 10 grand. But yeah, we've been in every game. A couple of them have been boneheaded mistakes, and like I said, the only one is the giggler showing up, man, the trump card. But I think every other game has been just, take a jump ball away, take a stupid throw away, take a fumble away, and could have damn well gone the other way.
I have an important question for you. How come you handed off so close to the line of scrimmage?
Phin wanted the ball, man, and yeah, it's not every day you go against a line abusing joke, so kind of had a mental lapse there, but I mean, it
Yeah,
is what it is.
the
Sometimes the
replay's out
spawn is.
there. The replay's out
Sometimes,
there.
yeah,
We're
you
good.
you can
I would.
see you didn't line hop like to the point like you crossed over, but you line hop to the point you were over the PSI and you overrode the spawn. Like you
Nah,
have to
you're
be a
just
fool
too
to not
close to
look
the
at
line of
it.
scrimmage.
No,
You're too
could be,
close.
could be, but what the fuck is the point of a? It's like that rule where like you can't get over a defensive player. I mean, we're not going to compare it to the NFL, but if I could in this situation, that rule where they're lining up for a field goal or whatever, and you can't put your weight on like the opposing player or whatever to gain leverage off him. That's the way I view it. Like when you're clicking so fucking fast, you're like literally on top of the PSI. That to me is the equivalent. Like I'm not gonna take it away from you. That's your superpower. Enjoy your Halloween trick or treat. But it's you're the only motherfucker that does that, and it worked out for you, dude. And I'm happy. I'm not bitter about it as much as I sound. Like like I said, I give it away to just blitz bullshit. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes the blitz gods smile upon you like they do with Curtis and Harvey. But yeah, it's just I'm more surprised it wasn't a fucking offsides. Like you were clearly like hovering it. But yeah, maybe I was too close. It's like it's just so many things need to go right or wrong in that sense for something like that to happen. And yeah,
Oh, for
that's what
sure.
happened that game.
Um, but I wasn't trying. Like, I never am trying to line hop. What I'm trying to do there is if you're going to like go for the quick sneak, I just want to be there. That's all that happened. But you just put it right into my soft hands. So thank you.
Just take the win and move on, joke. Next question.
All right, next question. Um, so Finn has been your T1 rockstar as you mentioned. I have an inside scoop of the rockstar privileges that he's been awarded to by you. Do you feel like Finn has played his best so far this season, or do you feel like he's still holding back? He's giving you great games, but like he hasn't given you that superstar game. Do you feel that way?
I missed the first part of the question. You said something that he's not feeling TO or something like that.
No, 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 no,
Uh,
no, no, no. I was saying that he was like your, you were mentioning that he was your rock star for the team, right? And
oh
so,
yeah, motherfucker's a
yeah.
rock star because he just shows up, don't practice, and is too cool to anything. No, but like I said, I this shit ain't a career for me. Like, and I drafted like team that people that could like show up and play. You know what I mean? And that's really what I wanted to, and that's the whole point. You know, I'm not gonna knock their hustle stuff or like fucking Joke Squid and CJ. I know they spend hours fucking film reviewing and shit. We don't do any of that shit, man. We're all confident, as true has-beens or not, that we can just show up and make it happen. Um, the and Finn's been great, man. I just don't like how confident he is, and he doesn't always walk the walk. You know, like how can I say this? Like he's good, but it's just like he's always like during the young game, for example. I think me and Smith told him we're just like, hey man, like Young has like one good game every like 20 games, like, and it could be this one. So like, you know, like you got to be sharp. And he's like, ah, don't worry about it. We got him, you know. Typical Finn. And it's just like, I mean, I'm not saying he's not taking it seriously, but I think like, I mean, it's just his mantra, you know. Like it's just I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to say he's not prepared, but it's just like I think sometimes he underestimates, you know, and I think that's what he did. For example, that young game, I think we very easily could have won it. Uh,
Yeah, so I
but
think.
yeah,
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry,
no, I was
it's
just
kind of.
finishing the thought, and I was just like, yeah, to answer your questions, like, um, yeah, he's just you know he's good. He shows up. I don't have to like worry about him, and that's kind of why I picked a T1. You know, I almost didn't pick a T1, but I was like, oh, you know what? For a bargain, I'll take him. But I can see why he's a T1, you know, and that's one of the another thing. Like, I guess it's better for another segue. But for example, like Smith, like you can tell like he's a true has been in some ways. Like he's when he's not sharp, he's not sharp. You know, like he'll just be a tad second off, like with reactions or stuff. And I'm the same way. But Finn is like, you know, you can icon him and you know he's gonna react. You know, and I think that's really what you're supposed to get out of a T1. You know, someone that like gives you that extra edge, and I think Finn does. Yeah, and I think he proved it in coverage last game. We decided but his blitz, man, he was saying, "Oh, I'm gonna be leading
Yes.
blitzer, this and that."
Yeah.
And I think he was like in the bottom for like first 3 weeks in, and I'm just like, I mean, I don't, like I said, it's not serious to me, but I poke fun at him. I was like, bro, like, where are those sacks that you kept fucking, you know what I mean? And he's, oh, they're hurries that you know they threw it up so many times, bro. And I was like, all right, man. But yeah, dude, he's a solid guy. I'm happy to have him, and he's very confident. You know, like right, he's not worried. You know, we're 1-4. He's been saying that since we're like 1-2, and he's like, oh, we're fine, we're fine. And I'm like, all right, if Finn thinks we're fine, then we're fine. But yeah, long answer to that, but
No, that was a great
Uh,
great guy to
answer.
have on team.
Wayne, I'll let you chime in about your former teammate.
No, 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 see, like you know what I will say, and
Oh yeah,
I could talk about Finn forever. So no, no,
true,
no,
true, true.
you could have this one.
I was gonna say, Finn is obviously a good blitzer, but I think one of Finn's problems is that he gets so excited about trying to spy an interception that he doesn't apply that consistent pressure all the time. Not like the giggity giggity giggler. Um, so I think that's probably what was happening with Finn. I don't know if you saw something different, but he can always, if he applies pressure, he's a phenomenal blitzer. Um, so was the decision to move him to coverage because he wasn't putting up the results, or do you think uh, Smith gave you a better chance at, while blitzing to get to the QB?
No, I think we just wanted to try something new. And I think Smith like blitzed in a pub or something or attorney the days before, and he did well. So we figured we'd give it a try, and I thought we did well, you know. And Finn likes to play very aggressive, and I like to play very aggressive. So I thought, you know, we just kind of go back to the basics and yeah, give it a try. And we thought he did well.
Yeah, Finn's coverage is pretty good, and your coverage is good too. I couldn't do anything all game. Um,
I mean,
and even
the only thing I can say about that is I told him like I can't remember if it was like the overtime to tie up that last TD to get the tying field goal. But I told him I was like, hey, he's gonna do a lot of like Kraus route shit. You want to do something? And then, typical Finn like, nah, we're fine. And it's the same fucking play that just like nails us like 4 or 5 times in a row, and all of a sudden you're in our 20. And so I think I will say that I think that is one thing that I think I do give Finn like too much. How can I say this? Like too much authority, but
you got to
not
put
in a
him in his place. You're the captain. You got to put him in his
yeah,
place.
yeah. And I think that's something that I've lost like the first couple of weeks. I was gonna be like, all right, well, I'm gonna call the defense, and at one point I just kind of like stopped caring. I was like, oh well, whatever you guys feel is best. So yeah, I mean, I could take it a little more seriously, but like I said, we're just trying to have fun, and so that's what it is for me.
Well, Finn will be able to like make those plays, but part of the problem that we had was that he wasn't playing blitz for forever, and he's still not playing blitz all that often. He's playing a little bit more now, but like I don't know if you remember a couple months ago or last month or something. He just like literally the guy was never on. He was playing Valorant, he's playing WoW, he's doing like now he's playing Diablo as well. Um, so is there a way to like lure him in? Do you maybe have to give him crypto money to like actually entice him to play and practice a little bit to get like a semblance of chemistry?
It was tough, like the first week or leading up to our draft. Like he really wasn't getting on, but because I told him I was just like, I know you're good on O, but I want to make sure like we're on the same page with like deep play calls because I like to do a lot of like rotates traps, and and he overrides him half the time. So at some point it's just like it's whatever, you know what I mean? Like it's not that serious, and you know I'd rather just him show up every now and then, which he has been. So I'm not worried about him now that he's showing up more. At first, like I said, I was worried because I was like, well, I'm gonna call rotate, and this guy's not gonna know what the fuck to do. But it's just like, someone like him doesn't need too many games. He just kind of needs
I
like
think
that initial.
I think you should bench him. Bench his sorry ass. He's
Yeah,
not listening to his coach.
He's Kawhi
I've been
Leonard.
Oh
thinking
my!
about it. I've been jokingly telling them for the last 2 weeks that I'm a bench him, but unfortunately Romo's availability kind of sucks. But yeah, I think benching him might do wonders for Finn Walker. Get his head back in the game. We'll see.
Yeah. I
Or
there were
he or I was just gonna say, or I can just let him fucking go down with the ship and blame it on him all like next season, you know?
New storyline.
that's you can take a page out of my notebook, put the loss on him, even though he'll never say it was his fault. But that's okay. That's the Finn superstar. Um, yeah, no, Finn. There was moments last season as well where he called certain defensive schemes for us, and I also questioned it. But I just sat, kept bit my tongue, and we rocked with it. Um, he was captain, and he is a T1 player. I think that last game yesterday's game against ULM, like he, I felt like he got like 89% of the catches. Obviously, this is part of Kite's play calling, and part of why Smith facing probably like a defense that covered him. But Finn was finding ways to make tight catches. He did everything he needed to do, both on offense and defense. But at the end of the day, just you know, you guys just came up just a little short. But he showed his value there. Um, Man, what else can we say about Finland?
Man, you done hopping off his dick or what? Next
No,
question.
no, no, no. No.
This is the Finn show.
All right,
I mean, we're interviewing To, man,
all
not
right.
fucking.
You're right. You're right. All right. So, Kite, that was yesterday's game. Um, the show match between you and Curtis. What happened, man? You went up against a guy that hasn't played in shit, I don't know, season two of week one, maybe week two. Um, yeah, walk us through what happened because I'm sure you were shocked, we were shocked. But what happened?
Hey man, I said it once and I'll say it again, man. Even old jokes make people laugh now and then, you know? Every joke has his day, and that's what happens. The Blitz gods smiled upon him. Another fucking fumble or two, you know? It's just laughable at this point, you know what I mean? I think the first they had a fumble that we lost. They had a fumble that turned into a fucking touchdown for them. Um, Me and Big D weren't really taking him seriously. I was surprised Big D didn't get to him as often, but he said he was just rolling onto one side, which I can understand when when a really good blitzer's blitzing you, you know, because it's just kind of hard to get that second thing. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I just think it was a very fucking lucky game of his. I think he has like one stupid play that we gave up like twice. Just, I mean, I don't play coverage with Portis. It's not an excuse, but sometimes you just don't have that sync. But I know with someone I play consistently coverage, he'd never give it up. He got fucking lucky on his first TD. I told Duxer and Portis like watch the under, and I think my screen rolled or something like right when I was clicking under, and surely it was like a fucking RB icon. Otherwise, I would have stopped him first drive and ended his hopes, man. But he just got lucky, kept riding the momentum, man. And what didn't go right for us last game is literally what went right for him. You know, like he just rallied off his fucking joke show and made the joke laughable.
So when is the next matchup then?
I know he's gonna quit ducking, man. This guy knows he can't beat me. That's why I call him out, man. I know that if we play 10 times, he'll be lucky to get one, maybe two wins against me. But you know, and that's because the Blitz gods will smile upon that joke. I won the first game, but again, I low key take it as an L because it should have never been that close. But again, I didn't take that joke seriously. Everyone knows he was in that game. He like fucking he added him 3 points to himself, bro. Like the joke writes itself. Like the score was like 8-6, and he missed the field goal, and he said he glitched and whatever. And then Money clarified that field goals were acting up, but like instead of like replaying or something, he just added 3 points and said, "Oh, I guess I'll win," you know. And that's why I think it's so fucking funny. We I didn't know it was an issue with the kickoffs, but apparently like the fumbles are glitched. Surely like he had those fucking lucky fumbles. So I mean, if you don't got no glitch going for him, I can guarantee that Curtis the joke is not a match for BPTO, man. And he's trying to set up a third one, saying I need Wayne and Finn on my team to win. And we all know why. You know, like the moment I win, he's gonna just use it as an excuse. Oh, you need Wayne and Finn. I'll beat him with anyone, man. And this he's gonna have his lucky day. That's what it is. Every joke has his day.
All right. Yep. Uh, I'm looking forward to the second showdown. But as in true superstar, rock star privileges, Kite, we got a special guest crashing the party. Hi, Finn. Welcome to the party,
Oh
Finn.
God, no. Doesn't seem like much of a party.
It's a party. We just,
It's a party.
it's a party. So,
Oh,
Kite, th- Finn, this is your captain, obviously. We were talking about last night's game, the impact that you've had to the team this season, your questionable defensive calls. Um,
huh?
we'll get there, Finn. But
No
for
accountability from this motherfucker. You see what I gotta deal with?
I'm
Oh my
fucking
god.
perfect after all. I can do no wrong.
A true has been who won't accept he's past his prime. Just the reason I drafted him.
so
Huh?
so Finn, according to some sources here, you
Some
got
sources.
you are 1 of 4, but yet you remain very confident in your ability.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely.
can we ask you, like, is this part A, delusional, or B, just
The Lulu is just a Lulu.
okay, so you are still confident that you guys can still make the play in, correct? You need
I'm
to.
confident we can win it all.
That's right. All right. So
Easy.
so the next two games you guys play, I believe, are against well, us is in a week 7, and next week you guys
Easy.
play. Who do you play?
Would.
Okay, Squid. So Squid has been is currently the top team of the season so far. So you were his quarterback last season. He's the quarterback this season. What do you think you need to do to dethrone Squid and still remain eligible for the play-in?
Absolutely nothing special.
Well,
These jokes beat themselves half the time, man.
Now, Mika and Smith played really well yesterday. We got it. We're fine. We're
okay.
clicking now.
But you've been saying you're fine forever, and you
Yeah,
weren't.
we'll
You
be
aren't
fine.
fine.
We were fine yesterday.
Were you? You
Yes.
lost.
Yeah, because of RNG. Tell me those
What do you?
fumbles don't happen and we don't win.
No, listen here. The
He,
Those
the
fumbles
heavy
could have happened
hitters.
to
he
No,
anyone.
no.
stumbled
Listen.
upon his words because he knows damn well that
Those fumbles
should
could have
not
happened
happen
to
Listen.
in
anyone. It
general.
just happened to happen to
No, I'm
us.
preparing. I'm preparing a eloquent statement.
Okay.
The heavy hitters, day in and day out, practice our fumble timing. We don't take these risky boosts like you guys. You're just like boosting straight into me. Like you're asking for the ball to be on the ground.
I mean, I saw as many ultras on your team as our team.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just bullshitting. Uh, it was pretty lucky.
Way it goes. We'll be fine. I think we played fine. We actually started clicking a lot, moving the ball, so I think Kite was finally sneaking well, which is a problem we had all season where all our quarterbacks were kind of like not sneaking well at all, or not getting those free yards that are kind of just given. And Kite finally took advantage, so we actually felt like we felt pretty good, you know. So I'm feeling confident.
As he always is. So Finn,
Absolutely.
speaking about confidence, you and I had a conversation before the season started, obviously. And
Yeah, yeah.
do you remember what the objective of the season was?
Listen, shit happens.
All right,
Shit happens. I'm so. You know what? It's not over yet. It's not
it's
over yet.
it's
Don't
not
worry.
it's not over yet, but just for everyone to listening, Finn's objective for this season was to get the most sacks, break the sack record actually, break the sack record, lead the league in sacks, lead the league in interceptions, and you know who's actually doing it right now, Finn? Mr. Ducks.
Yeah, I figured it'd be someone like Ducks.
But yeah, I think we were talking about it earlier in this episode, and through the first 3 games, because obviously last game you played coverage, but it didn't look like your sack numbers were there, Finn. Like, what was happening?
From what, honestly, the one game I remember is against the second week against Lem, I think. He would. I remember Lem. You would just roll straight back and just fucking throw it up. It was all just 1v1s, and I was getting so fucking frustrated. I think I don't remember if the third or fourth quarter. I don't know if I had Smith blitz because I was like, I can't do this anymore. But that is like one of the most frustrating things I've seen is almost the meta on all the current league quarterbacks is just roll backwards and just throw it. Don't take the sack. I don't know why. It feels like such like you were a lot better about it yesterday, Lem, but and the last 2 weeks rather in general. But that seems like this general thing in quarterbacks, and it just frustrates me too much. I can't deal with it.
I think you just might not be a good enough blitzer then to overcome that.
Would you put it at that?
I mean, look at Devin. How's he getting the numbers?
Uh, I think the coverage behind it has a lot to do with it too. Because if you're not punishing the coverage, or if the coverage isn't punishing, you're allowed to grow backwards and do that. So I think that's another aspect to it.
Are you saying, Finn, that Krusty and I are punishing as coverage players?
I wouldn't say. I don't think Krusty's punishing, but I definitely think you're punishing.
Oh, that's a nice compliment you're giving me.
Fuck you.
That's a nice Finn, I know. But so Finn, since you gave me a
One thing you guys do that I think you should stop doing is switching top and down a lot, because that's opening up a lot of holes.
we're gonna continue to do it, Finn. It's got us.
Okay, continue to do it.
It's got us 3 wins, and we're gonna
I'm
continue.
saying a lot of short plays are like wide open because of that. I've noticed.
Hold
That's
on a
okay.
second. So I think we have a disgruntled team member who's just kind of talking shit
Huh?
about everything around the league. Kite, how are you okay with this? Are you gonna bench this guy or what?
Bench me. Fucking
Man, I'd bench you. I'd bench you after your 2-3 weeks, man. I wouldn't bench Finn Walker.
There it is.
I don't know how Sin kept you on the lineup after those atrocious 2 weeks, man. To be honest.
You know what, Finn? Let me just say this. While your record is
Hello.
obviously disappointing, and
Because
but I am astonished and am blown away by this stat. Okay,
what?
for this season, in 4 games as Blitz, you have 14. Oh, sorry, yeah, 4 games at Blitz, 14 sacks for 55 yards lost. Okay, we have on
Okay.
Lem's team Mr. Sin, a T4, T5 player, 12 sacks, negative 62 yards for 3 games played. All right,
Okay.
why? Like, does it not make you upset? Oh, not exactly. Sorry, I know you're not upset, but to
Not
be,
at all.
to have comparable stats as Mr. Sin himself, the heaviest player in the league.
You
Um,
think since the heaviest player?
is there someone heavier?
Sure, I could find someone heavier. I don't think since that bad.
Kai, is Sin the heaviest player?
I don't know, man. All these jokes on the same joke tier level, man. Curtis, Sin, who else? There's one more that I'm fucking missing. Uh, I'll think about it when I remember.
All right, but Finn, come on, you gotta admit here, like you're not that far off from Dan. Dan has 19 sacks, you have 14, but Sin has 12, and I'm not shitting on Sin. Sin has been improving throughout the season, but I hold you to a
Yeah, of
higher
course.
standard. I hold you to a higher standard
I
here.
mean, yeah, but I haven't been purely blitzing to be fair. Like a lot of the thing, I'm forced into a lot of having to like spy a little bit because we hoard deep a lot, so a lot of the spy icons are like constantly open. So I'm like forced into having to spy a lot of that. So I give up a lot of the sacks just to make sure the play goes well or the play goes better.
All right, fair enough.
Um, well, keep in mind,
I
Sin
mean, I am a
also
lot
didn't
more of a
blitz for one
spyer
game.
than usual, so I'm forced into doing it. I just have to.
Nito, that's who I'd compare. Those 3 jokes: Nito, Sin, and fucking who else
Curtis,
did I mention?
Curtis.
Curtis. Yeah. Bottom of the barrel.
Curtis even on the team though?
No, he's not.
He hasn't even
Uh,
played this league.
that's why he's a free fall free agent, man. Drop everything.
Lev, you have a question here for Finn?
I didn't mind Curtis last week on my team for the 2 weeks I had him.
Yeah, Curtis is great. I think the only thing I want to ask Finn is if uh, you are capable of getting the win for your team. You're drafted as a T1. Like we need you to step up to get those wins.
I'm
So are you ever
trying.
gonna do it?
I mean, I feel like last week or yesterday was pretty close. We'll be fine. We'll get it. We're clicking now. We'll be fine.
Do you
Are we
feel
clicking or our coverage is too bad?
No, it actually felt like we were clicking because Kite actually snuck. That was the one because we were able to throw it decently well. We just weren't able to sneak it at all. And except Romo on week 2, he actually snuck well, so it opened up a lot more. So Kite sneaking yesterday was actually really nice. So I think we're fine.
All right.
Come on, joke. Every player had a team had an int against you. What do you mean coverage is an issue?
Me?
Get a
No, he's
load of
talking
this
about
guy.
their coverage against us.
I said my
Oh yeah.
coverage sucks.
I don't think you guys are bad coverage though. I think you and Lem are a really good coverage duo.
You mean Wick? You mean?
Oh yeah, like yeah, you and Wick.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I wish you'd give up deep, but you could put up Sin up there. I know I'd sneak in BPTO or 2.
Oh,
all
I
right?
wish I was blitzing you, Kite.
Oof.
I don't.
All
All right, Finn.
right, I don't have any more questions for this joke, Finn.
Huh?
All right, I got one. One more, then it's up to Kite and Finn if they have any questions for us or in general, even though Finn is obviously just waking up. Um,
Huh?
Finn, since Kite's on the call here, and obviously you played a like a decent game yesterday, couldn't punch it in. Um, if Kite continues to QB for the rest of the season or Romo, what do you think those QBs need to do to help propel you guys to win out for the rest of the season to still, secure a potential play-in spot? Like, what do they have to do specifically? Like, you gotta work on the
Well,
scrambles,
like what Kite needs
play
to do
calling.
well.
Yeah, Kite or Romo or Smith, whoever you
I think
foresee the
Kite needs to
QB.
give up the anticipation throws that he does often. I think those lead into some issues, but other than that, he played completely fine yesterday. He had two bad throws, and that was it. I think he actually played really well yesterday, enough to win. It was just, you know what happened yesterday, that because we didn't win. So
So
fuck
the
you.
okay, so the decision making, and
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Only a little bit, but I think he's actually improved a lot. So I think we're fine.
okay.
Because week one kite versus last week kite was a complete difference. So we got yards. We got a lot of yards. We just didn't get scores. That's all.
I mean, I'd argue that week one was not that bad either. But of course, I mean, the win and the score reflects. But I mean, the
Week
thing
one
with
we turned it over on downs. This
I
week
mean,
we turned it on fumbles is the
yeah,
difference.
the thing with week one is I felt like Dan got to me like based on his experience, like in pubs that he would just
And
like,
week one you were also like terrified of his icon spying, so you
yeah,
just never
yeah,
icon.
exactly. And I think before we had like a scrimmage with like dangerous, and it's not like they didn't even like they're acting like, oh yeah, we just showed you, but I was trying like some rolls, and with like Cheeky Wong's dives, like he got me pretty good, so it got me thinking like, am I too predictable? Then I was like, oh, I'm just gonna play it safe and like roll one side. So I took that into the game with CJ's, and that was just kind of like that took a lot out of the offense. You know what I mean? Like, because when you don't icon, Dan knows he doesn't have to worry about it, and then I missed like two throws by a little. And the worst part is like after I made those bum throws, like I was like so into my head, like, oh my god, I just missed like the TD, only to fucking like make a boneheaded like toss up right after. But even then, like I think we're still in the game for the most part. We kept turning it over, but yeah, it's just
Yeah, we
and
kept getting turnovers and kept turning it over at the same time. So
yeah, and the game was over at that point. But like I think there was 2 minutes, and I said like, all right, I'm gonna drive down just to like show that we can, and we did. That's how we got the last TD, garbage time or not. And we did it the exact same way this game. You know what I mean? Like we're down, we're gonna drive down the end of the first half, and what happens? Another fucking fumble. But it's just like I think that's proof that when things are clicking for us, like we can most definitely drive down the field and score points. Like people say red zone, red zone, red zone. Like, yeah, it's a problem for most people. To me, it's just like just give me all four tries. You know what I mean? It's a different story when you're fucking fumbling and you're second down. Or when you get the fucking ball intercepted by a line hop handoff on first down. You know what I mean? So
I
that's not gonna happen every game. So
think it was
you
at the
know,
two
Strong.
yard line, the first fumble, and the second fumble was at the 5 yard line. I think if I remember right. I don't remember what the third one was.
I mean, like I said, the most outrageous stat is every single time in like the shitload of pubs I played that a fumble has occurred near the sideline has gone out of bounds. But on
Oh
this
yeah.
occasion, it just somehow goes back into the middle of the field. It's straight into their blitzer. Like whatever, it's part of the game. Like it was just so comedic, and it does take the wind out of you, but it was like more ridiculous that like we kept going back forward. Like, all right, we're not gonna let it stop us, and then another bullshit happens again. All right, that's not gonna stop us. Another bullshit happens again. You know what I mean? And it's just like that's why I compared it to like my crypto. You know what I mean? Like you're making money, then you like fuck up once real big, and you're like fuck. Like all right, time to make more money. You're making money, then something else just fucks you, and you're back at half your net worth again. It's part of the game, man. So
Yep.
yeah, I think I went back in circles, but yeah, it's just
He's getting
and
his reps
then
in. He's getting comfortable. He'll be fine.
yeah, I was more worried about our defense first couple seasons, because Finn was like, "Oh yeah, we're fine, red zone, we're fine, red zone, we'll stop them." And in my eyes, it's like, no, man, they shouldn't even get to the red zone. You know what I mean? Like in my eyes, a good defense is just like you're getting them to
I,
fourth down, like in the
I
middle of the field. You know what I mean? This and that, and that
I
was what
think
I
a
was worried
lot of
about.
defensive issues also come from just the fact that the first 4 weeks, I think we turned the ball over a lot. We just had a lot of drives we needed to stop, just because our offense was so weak. So that might be another thing where our defense is just looking worse because of that reason.
Yeah, I mean, and going into this game yesterday, I was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna play mistake free and make sure like I drive down the field and get points, like whether it's a TD or a field goal. But again, you count on so many things except the fucking handoff interception, except 2 fucking fumbles in a row on the 5 yard line. So, hey man, every day the new blitz gods come to find a new way to fuck with BPTO. It is what it is, partner.
Partner. Yeah, obviously that was a tough L for fumbles. I think that, I actually thought in the moment, Finn, that after the fumble and Sin recovered it, I thought he was gonna he's gonna return it for a 6. So credit to you for stay keeping your heads up and not giving up because I think you got that tackle, I think.
No,
Um,
I think Kite got the
oh, good.
tackle.
Okay, my bad.
I was there. I got blocked by Lem, I think.
Oh,
I'm right.
Someone was blocking me, and I think Kite tackled from above, if I remember right.
all right. Yeah, because
Yeah, I got that joke. That joke's not gonna get a fumble 6 on TO.
it looked when the moment happens, and I don't know about you guys, but when a QB fumbles, sometimes it's hard to realize you even fumbled. Like
Yeah.
it's really hard for me to remember if I fumbled it. So, anyways, good job, Kite, for recovering. All right, Finn, I appreciate you coming in and giving us your time. So feel free to stay here if you want. This next part that we're doing is just asking uh, questions like what if questions, spicy or not. If you want to
Go for
entertain,
it.
if you want to entertain us with spicy questions, go for it as well. But the floor is to everybody. Like it's Finn, you can ask questions. Kite can ask questions. We could ask questions. But yeah, Lem, do you want to start us off, or we pass it off to Kite and Finn to ask us questions?
I think I got a question. I think I got a question for Kite. So I've given you accolades. I've said you played well. You've been improving. Finn's been saying the same thing. But there's like these little whispers of things that are like tugging at the back of your mind, and it's that there's all these small mechanical issues. Like, oh, I clicked, but it didn't register on the Harvey play. Your screen rolled on some interception or some fumble or something like that. Are these just excuses, or is there something you need to better with your setup, like your actual computer setup? Why do those
Uh,
things keep happening to you?
Let me show you my fucking setup so you jokes understand how seriously I take this game. Where can I post it?
Locker
That's
room.
Do you still
semi-private.
click your
Or
units, Kite?
No,
okay, fine. Kite, you
no.
can post it in the voice chat
The
conversation.
voice chat.
Wait,
You know how
can
to
he?
do
Okay.
that?
Actually, can he?
Yeah, I'll
No,
do
there
it.
is no chat in this voice channel from what I see. Or it's locked for me anyway, so I can't see it.
Send it to
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know
he
if Kite
can't.
can.
send it to me, Kite, and I'll send it into the voice chat.
All right. So, and I'm gonna fold it a little so you can see like how bad it is. But
All right. So while he does that, then
all
yeah,
right.
unless Kite has this already.
I mean, I just took it right now, but
Okay.
can I do a better job? I'm, I mean, like to me, it's like it's not an excuse because I know what the problem is. It's just like I can't be arsed to take it that fucking seriously.
Mm-hmm. All
I'm
right.
just eagerly awaiting.
Here it is. Take a look, guys. Oh, it's uploading.
Oh my
It's
god.
19
What is
megabytes,
this,
man.
like
I'm sorry.
19 megabytes? What is this, like
It's
some
a
4K picture?
4K camera iPhone here.
Hey, we got the newest iPhone around here, cocksuckers.
All right, what are we looking
Oh,
at?
look
Walk
at
us
that
through.
Starbucks cup.
Walk us through the setup here, Kyle. What's
So
wrong
so
with it?
you so
Oh,
I'm
wait, send me the
sitting.
picture, Wayne. Let me look
Wait,
at it.
you can't see it?
No, I can't see the chat. It's empty.
Oh,
Otherwise, you
what?
wouldn't have had to send it to you.
Okay, I'll send it to you, Finn. There it is. Oh
Like,
fuck.
there is no chat at all, option at all for me. It's just a lock channel.
Uh, Kai, can you send it to him? Because I can't forward it to.
Yeah, I'll send it to
I
him right
I
now.
can send it to him too.
Okay, okay.
And I sent it.
All right. So
All right.
walk us through what we're looking here at Kai.
I think my nitro ran. Oh, I think what I can do. Um, I mean, so I'm literally sitting on my fucking couch, and so I'm usually watching something in the background, like Sunday Night Football or something, and I have like one of these like portable table desks. Like how big can this thing be? Maybe like 18
Oh my
inches
god.
or
Oh,
18
that's on your
inches.
bed.
No, it's on my couch.
Is that
Like,
couch? Oh.
yeah, like my knees are under this thing, and and my laptop is what,
Oh, I
17
see.
inch M1 Max, so it takes half the table,
That is a crazy setup. What the
and the
fuck?
and the and the other half is like it's a good Corsair, like I bought it at Best Buy and shit, but it started peeling like within the first month. So like so every
Oh
now and then,
my
like
god.
when I'm moving my mouse, like it creases and then it gets stuck, and then like
My
and then
Oh
God,
and
my
dude.
god.
and then my mouse, like I think it's a good one. It's a Razer Death Adder, but I
Yeah,
think
that's a
what
good
it
one.
is like it's so the MacBook M1s, like you have like the USB-C dongles, right? So you need like a dongle to connect the USB. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
this
So
is super jankety.
and I think every now and then, like, because it happens more when I'm playing StarCraft 2. But let's say I'm trying to like do a square, like to select my units, and like the mouse keeps like if it was stuck to the corner, and I'm like fighting it, if that makes sense. Like
Oh
I'm
my
fighting
god.
to like, and I think what it is like it just spazzes out every now and then. For some reason, I don't think it happens that often, like in StarCraft 1 and shit, like, or at least it hasn't like to the point like in Blitz, like where I like it's a big deal. But it did. I do remember it happened like during that fucking game with the. I mean, Finn was there. Like I freaked out because I was just like like it
He
wasn't
did
moving. Like
indeed
I
freak out.
like I was like trying to click back to my unit, and it was like my cursor were like stuck to like the corner of my screen,
Oh
and
my
like
God.
and you can tell that like I played it exactly how I wanted to. Like I did the jump ball and shit, and then I clicked towards the mine, which is kind of what I usually do. And then at this point, like I manually take control and I click back towards like wherever it spawns. But like it was just not reacting. But either way, like it's not an excuse. Like in my eyes, it's just like it's to give you guys an idea of like how unseriously I take this. You know what I mean? Like can I obviously sit at like my kitchen table, or I should probably have a fucking desk with how long I've been in crypto and stuff. I do have like a setup where I have a second monitor and shit, but like I can't be arsed. You know what I mean? Like I'm literally like enjoying my fucking time. Like I always sit on this corner of my couch that like it's like fucking indented in. And I'm not a fat motherfucker or
It's gotta be
anything,
the
but it's
ass
just like
groove.
it's just like it's my sweet spot. It's like it's the corner of the couch, and you'll always find me like crisscross applesauce with the table on top. And I've told people, man, I've made hundreds and thousands of dollars in this corner, and I've lost hundreds and thousands of dollars in this corner. Like it's just my setup. You know what I mean? Is it the best gaming setup? Obviously, fucking not. But it's just like it's my comfort zone. So
All right.
to answer your question, like, do I think it's a real excuse? No. Like, has it held me back a couple times? Like, yeah, pretty much. But like, I mean, going back to 10, 15 years ago in '06, like I played in a fucking I probably played how like Harvey plays now. Like I had a fucking little fucking setup and shit, like a monitor. I had my old compact PC that I think my dad had bought from like Best Buy or some shit. A little CRT monitor, like hella dang, and I had a football themed Logitech mouse. So like I was locked in when it was time for Blitz back in the day.
Locked in.
And now I'm just like it's like I'm literally just on here relaxed trading, and then it's just like, oh, do I feel like blitzing with these jokes? Like, fuck yeah, I'll hop on.
I
So
think.
yeah, I mean, like I think you can see like I probably should have gotten a new mouse pad like a long time ago, because that's kind of really the real issue. Like every now and then it gets stuck, but it's just like I think about it, it's just like, man, I don't even really play like any other games anymore, and it's just like, yeah, I mean, I went this fucking question, but I think to answer your question is I do think like my fucking poor man setup could be set up for success for sure. I don't know if I'd fucking be Harvey tryhard mode if I actually sat on my desk and shit. That's probably why I'm a has been. but I know for damn sure I'd probably be on my giggler shit if I fucking took it a little more seriously.
Maybe you should, but I'm glad you gave us the opportunity to see your janky setup. Last question related to this: do you play with your mouse wire across your keyboard
Yes,
or what?
I think he does. His dongle.
So so I put it like behind the MacBook, like behind the screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
But every now and then like it gets stuck to like my knee or like it like because it's such a long wire and like so example like I'm trying to click like the right corner of my screen and then like the wire will reach its limit and I won't be able to get there,
Oh my God. All
like
right.
little shit like that and I haven't like actually unwrapped. I think it's still like in the rubber band where I bought like Finn
Bro.
probably knows, but you know when you buy a mouse and it's like kind of like pre fucking like bundled.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's how kind of I've kept it. So
Uh,
like, yeah, like I said, it's really not that fucking serious to me, but I'm still better than you jokes in StarCraft 2 with this janky setup.
My only advice for you, Kite, is maybe perhaps invest in the in the magic mouse or whatever Apple calls it, a Bluetooth mouse, so you don't have to use that dongle shit.
You, you,
If it responds quick enough for you.
you know, I don't know if that's the actual issue, but that's the only thing that I can think of because like I said, I think this mouse has like high reviews overall,
Hmm.
and it's not that often that it happens, but like I said, it'll happen at the fucking worst times, and like most of the times it's bearable. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, in
Yeah.
StarCraft 2, like you might like fuck up like a micro opportunity, but it's not like in Blitz, where like, yeah, yeah, it has happened to me when I'm like blitzing and then all of a sudden it just like leaves me a screen roll or some shit, but it's never been in the middle of a fucking jump ball like to fucking take the way from Harvey. Like, but the funniest part is I knew that one day it would fuck me. You know what I mean? Like, I knew that one day like it was gonna completely just like happen at the worst time, but I did not think it would happen versus my fucking nemesis Harvey and like give him fucking bragging rights. So like I said, man, like the Blitz gods have just been against me. They be hating To. Like
So I'm curious, do you still click your units?
I've been getting better at it. I've been actually like trying to do the hotkeys like you have suggested.
So you still click the units. Interesting.
No, no, no. I've
I
been.
think
I mean,
that is another thing you'll have to work on. I do think clicking units is the past.
Yeah.
the
Uh,
hotkeys.
does anyone else click units? Do you know, Wayne? I don't think so,
I
right?
think Priz and I think one more person. I think Romo did it in the beginning. I don't know. I think he's adjusted the hotkeys now, but in the beginning when he came back, obviously he was clicking
Hmm.
it.
Yeah.
I heard. I could be wrong, but I think Priz still does it.
I'd
But
be surprised if Prince still does it,
Uh,
but
so
I
yeah.
guess I can see it.
so I've
'Cause
gotten used to at least like the icons, like to do them with the fucking hotkeys.
Mhm.
But sometimes I still click. But I've been trying to get better with Q. I think most of the last game I did pretty good, like actually using. But another thing that I haven't gotten used to is like the speed boost. Like sometimes, like as you can see with my setup, sometimes like I'm over the place. So I'm like using my left hand to like move the arrows, the cursor arrows on my fucking on my screen to like keep up with my unit, and then like the mouse is right there. And sometimes when I
Mhm.
speed boost, I have to move my left to the other side of the keyboard. You know what I mean? Like to click the speed boost. I don't know if you guys do it any different or you can actually manage in like one motion. But it's like an actual like second delay, like from taking my hands off the cursor arrows, like into the S. And sometimes I'll just completely be hitting the wrong button, like I'll be spamming A instead of S, and I'm just
you can
like for
you
example,
can
like I was just gonna end it with like there was a particular sack where Sin got me like in yesterday's game, like he
Uh,
boosted and I didn't boost until like after he tackled me because I was pressing
oh,
like A.
oh, you're saying you use the arrow keys?
Yeah, I use the arrow keys to
Wait,
like
I
follow
think
my unit.
there's closer keybinds to the arrow keys that I think
yes.
uh Money put in, right?
Yeah.
For people that actually want to use arrow keys.
Shift or like whatever else in there.
the
The
right control
insert.
key.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, there's
a lot of people use one, right? Like if you hold one, like it
No,
locks
no,
onto your
just
unit.
no. I'm talking
unrelated.
about keys
Unrelated.
next to the arrow keys. There's binds that Money put in,
Oh,
so
I
that
thought
if you're using arrow keys, you can hit those binds instead. instead of the WASD, whatever. Those
Yeah,
buttons.
I think I remember doing it once by accident. But what I was trying to do, and I asked Lemnos and Money one time. So I have like my side mouse buttons, and I was
Mhm.
thinking, man, if I could configure one of these mouse side buttons, one as a boost
Oh, you
and one
definitely
as a,
can. You can.
and
You'd have to map it to your keyboard though. So
yeah,
you'd have
I
to
was like,
I think Razer mice. You definitely can do that. So you can do that easily on the Razer.
I thought about it
Data.
like 4 weeks ago, and I was like, man, I would be so dominant if I could use
Yeah, do it. It's
like my
actually
speed
really. It
boost.
should be really easy on a Razer to do that.
And I was like, that'd be fucking golden. Like one to speed boost and one to like throw a pass, like cut out like a fucking half a second delay. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
do it.
I'll probably try that. Yeah, but I
Yeah, you
was
should.
looking. I think the program that Lemnos told me didn't work for Mac,
Synapse.
and then now I was like,
Oh, you're on a Mac.
yeah, Microsoft hotkeys, and
Wait,
then I
have you
and then
tried
I
Synapse?
googled. No, he told me like hotkeys. I googled some shit, and they all wanted me to pay, and
No,
it's
no, no.
not about.
Just get Razer Synapse. That should let you do it.
I'll Google
That's
it.
how I used to do it. That's just the basic Razer software that you get for your mouse.
I'll Google it right now.
It
But
should have all that, like the
Um,
macros and everything you want to do. It should have it.
question for you,
I d-
Finn and Lem.
Huh?
The question for you, Finn and Lem, is do you guys bind your mouse with the boost button or
No,
throw?
I
No,
use a keyboard.
Use the
I use a
keyboard.
keyboard.
I
Yeah,
use
me
nothing on
too.
my mouse.
Me too. Me too. I tried. Like I have a mouse I can bind stuff to. It's not a gaming mouse, but it's a mouse. It's a mouse with functions. I tried it one time and I was like, nope, never again.
I mean, I'm used to playing a game like WoW where I have 50 keybinds, so keybinds are not an issue
You
for
use
me.
arrows too, right, Vince?
No, I've
Oh,
never used arrows in my life.
oh shit. Okay, I use arrows and I hop
I've
over.
never moved my screen with anything other than my cursor.
Okay, okay.
Interesting.
No wonder he's so trash.
I
Huh?
know.
What the fuck?
All right. So that is there anything else we want to talk about equipment setup?
I don't think so.
All right. Um, Finn, you have a question? I want to hear what kind of questions Finn might have.
Fuck, I did have a question, but it's been like 30 minutes. That was a long, that was a long speech. I
that
don't
was
remember.
that was a long fucking. But
There's
I'm
something about you
glad.
and Krusty, but I don't remember anymore.
We even had a visual.
We had
Yeah.
a visual that the audience would not see, but all right, Finn, stick with me. Process. I know this is like the Super Bowl for you. Regain
Okay.
focus.
I'm gonna.
Uh,
Lem, I have a question for you.
there it is.
Okay.
If Irv were to come back for next season, what would you put him as a tier?
Ah, I mean,
If he
my
came back
gut.
as a non-QB?
Ooh, I think. All right, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Because
I think.
I've asked two different people, and they've both given me two different responses so far.
I think he can be a T1, but I think he's gonna have rust again, and he
Mm-hmm.
would need like a good amount of time to come back. So I think he's gonna start out T2. He was always good at wide receiver routes and stuff like that, even though he does
Mm-hmm.
cutbacks, like as we all
Mm-hmm.
know. But I do think that he would be able to get to the T1 status just after like a few weeks of playing. But he definitely start out as T2.
Okay, because I asked Wayne. Wayne said there's no way he would put him anywhere under T1. And then I asked Smith as well, and Smith was like, "Yeah, I'd put him at T2."
Exposing people
What was
now.
his
So
rationale?
Who's
what's that?
rationale? Who's
What was Smith's rationale?
Uh, I think Smith's rationale was if he's gonna be non-QB, that he probably wouldn't be T1 outside of QB. I think Smith said he would put him as a T1 QB, but not as other roles.
Interesting. I guess
nah?
I've never seen Irv in a competitive setting not at QB. You
I
know?
Fair
I've
enough.
I've seen Irv. I've seen Irv in other gaming capacities, and I feel like he is a gamer. Correct me if I'm wrong, Finn, but I think Irv is a gamer.
Yeah,
Um,
I think he's a pretty good gamer.
and so not because a gamer means anything here, because look at Sin, obviously. But no, I think Irv is no shot a T2. He's a
I'm only
T.
saying this because I kind of want to.
Okay.
I'm just gonna
No,
say it.
hold
I
on.
kind of want to captain next week,
There it
but
is.
yeah, I kind of want to I go back to captain next week, and I kind of want to get Irv on my team.
There it is.
And if he's T1, I'm obviously not allowed to, but I'm praying for him as T2.
Finn's an idiot. Also
Well, if you
exposing.
keep playing the way you're playing, Finn, you'll be T2.
What the fuck? I know, I'm fine. Put me at T2. See what happens if you put me at T2. Fucking see what happens.
What's that? What's the rule again, Finn?
It's called the Finn Wayne rule for a reason.
Oh my god. But you know why there's the other version of the other clause in that rule though,
What's the other clause?
where the one T1 and the two T2s.
No, I didn't know. Wait, I didn't know there was another
There was
thing to
Yeah,
it.
so there's two T1s cannot play together, and then also one T1 and two T2s cannot play together. It's set up like that, obviously for you guys for the
Isn't that a
T1s.
majority of our league teams right now? Is T1
No.
and two T2s?
No.
Nope.
No?
No.
It's set up
Oh.
that way because
Oh,
of
that was like that.
TTT, Prism, Dux, Ocho. So it was to
Oh,
limit that kind of scenario as well.
I see.
I got a question. I got a good question for Finn. Finn, what do you think
All
about these?
right.
What do you think about these tier restrictions, Finn? Should they be in place, or should we just, just let the players play?
Okay, I have a specific opinion about that. I don't think the tier should be in place if it's auction related. But if it's auction related, I think the draft should be different. I don't think we should use auction drafts if it's like if you're using tiers. Because if you're using tiers and also using auction, I don't see much point to it. But if we're doing like a snake draft and then also have the tier restrictions in place, then I think it makes a bit more sense. If that makes sense. Because what's gonna happen, I think, in the second round, the last four picks are always gonna go for like $1-2, and it's gonna be like, because I think that just takes away from the auction related aspect to it. Because it's gonna be big spenders in the start of in first round, and then at the start of the second round probably, and then whoever's left is probably gonna go for pennies, and there's no like outbidding or anything like that, you know?
Yeah, I think what ended up this season is that there were like good players remaining.
Yeah, I think the auction worked well for season 2, but I think with the tiers as well, I don't think the auction's needed.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to figure out what we want to do for next season's league. Maybe there's not gonna be no tiers. Maybe there's gonna be no auction. We'll be up for
I
discussion.
think one of the two has. I don't think the tier should go. I think the auction should go,
All right,
in my
we'll have to
opinion.
see what the community decides. But I think if you look at the parity of the league, there's three teams that are 3-2, one team that's 4-1, and then two
Yeah,
one and
but how
four
much would
teams.
you put that for like the quality of majority of the quarterbacks compared to last league?
I don't know, because obviously the quarterbacks might not be as good,
Mm.
but it does feel like, and maybe this is because the quarterbacks aren't as good, but defenses like have been playing mostly lights out.
Well, yeah,
Uh,
but because the defenses didn't really get worse because it's still the same three people like kind of on defense, but the offenses where the quarterback like position got a lot weaker, obviously. So it's gonna make the defenses look better. But the defense never like it's still the same people playing defense. So the defense is still just as
I think
good, I
there's been
think.
way more defensive calls this season than other seasons, but maybe that's just my recency bias opinion.
Fair,
Uh,
but I think the defense calls helps better against weaker quarterbacks, though. I think is a counterpoint to that.
yeah,
Because
it's
they
probably
get
just
pressured
meta.
a lot more and they don't know instantly what to do. Like if there's a hack, they don't instantly know to just like go double deep or like sneak through mid, shit like that. They'll
Yes.
be a little slower in recognizing it, and then obviously panic might set in at
All
that
right.
point.
How about this? A corollary question. What if next season's makeup is, or like league options are, you pick your own team, captains get decided, and then they get into talks and discussion. No tiers. People just play with who they want to play with.
I don't think that will go well. That would create two or three super teams and two or three really bad teams.
But would it be fun?
It would be fun for the three teams, and it would be extremely hell for the other three.
Maybe we'll try a tourney like that and see how it turns out.
Yeah, I think we can try tourney, but I don't think it would be a good setup for league. I
So,
don't know. Maybe the tourney will change my mind and it'll go really well, but I don't have good hopes for something like that at all.
so,
I don't trust people to be ethical with something like that.
so, just speaking of like, top heavy teams and stuff like that. Since Dan just announced it as well, this Saturday for those of you guys that are available, he's hosting like King of the Hill tournament, which if you guys know how King of the
Yeah,
Hill
I
works,
just saw him post. I
okay,
haven't read it yet though.
yeah. So basically, it's a winner stays on type of thing, and you collect more points if you win in the best matchup part of
Wait,
it.
where did he post it? I can't find it anymore.
Announcements. But anyways,
Oh.
take a look at it. That this will be this Saturday. Phin and Kite, going to ask you guys: is there any players that you would encourage to QB, just to continue to trying it out? Or and B, is there any QBs from this season that you think can be competitive, in a future season where more of the veteran quarterbacks start to come back?
If any of the current QBs?
Any current or anyone that has not even played quarterback yet, like has not played quarterback, just anyone that you think would be competitive with the veteran QBs.
I could see Ducks being a pretty good quarterback if he put in time and effort. Easily. Very easily, actually. I think he could be a very good quarterback. Uh, I think if Roma puts in more reps, he could probably get it too. Because I can see he has a reaction and the movement, but he just doesn't have the decision making yet, which obviously comes with a lot of reps. And also the play calling, which will come with the reps as well. But so I think Romo and Ducks, and beyond that, I'm trying to like look the list to see if I can think of anyone. But I mean, obviously Ocho as well.
Hmm.
Keep fading,
Even though
King
Kite,
Walker.
even
Keep
though Kite,
fading.
what?
Keep fading, BPTO. Only motherfuckers who have killed the league. Only motherfuckers who have gone 7-0 and killed the league. Nobody else wanted to face BPTO. I'll be back. I'll be back.
What
Mark my
about
words.
Sheep, Finn?
Sheep. He looked fine last league. He seems a lot slower right now. He seems like he regressed a bit. I don't. I'm sure that comes with just not playing at all. Because I
I'm
know he
sure
was
that
gone
comes
for a
with
bit.
those. I'm sure that comes with those overnight shifts, bud.
What is Muton going a lot of overnight shifts?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
clocking in overnight
recently.
stocking shifts.
That explains it. I mean, yeah, he has been playing a lot less, so I assume that's probably like the primary reason. But yeah, obviously he definitely can too if he plays a lot more.
Okay.
Uh, I think Kite does have potential. Kite does need to make some sacrifices, changes. Like you need to stop clicking, obviously. That's one thing.
Kite's got to give me 3 wins this season. CJ got it, Kite. Why can't you get it?
Kite will get it. Next 2 weeks,
Well,
2-0.
what did you ask? I'll be fine. Like I said, the first couple months I was like, I just couldn't get like the speed boost mechanics right, and the timing with the speed boost. Then I got too into my head with like the rolling and shit, and I still feel like I need to work on my timing. But like I said, get me a good setup, get me some beaches, get me a Bud Light, and I'll be the top T1 QB next season.
Also, I don't think I've seen Squid at all. I don't think I've played with Squid as my QB or against him much at all. And I haven't watched him in League either, so I have really no opinion on Squid.
Oh, you're in for a treat next week. Wait, that's when you
Yeah,
guys
I'm
play.
excited.
Oh, you were talking about in for a treat? You want to be in for a treat for this podcast right now, you jokes?
What's up? Give me the treat.
Breaking news. You
Breaking
heard it
news.
here first. Romo gets traded to the underdogs for Portis.
There it
Oh my
is.
Yeah.
god.
There it is.
My word.
So, breaking
Make
news.
it official, Lem joke.
Wow,
Make it
wow,
official.
it becomes official. What do you think of
Okay,
the?
wait.
What's up?
Okay, never mind. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on.
No, you go ahead.
No, no. I'm sure yours is related to this. Mine's not.
Okay,
Uh,
I wanted to ask, what does Portis bring to your team then? Like now that you have Portis, and he's T2, so it doesn't really mess up anything on your end. So yeah, you guys could use Portis for as freely as you guys want in any type of capacity. So what do you think Portis is going to bring to your team, Finn and Kite? And does this mean that you guys will have a bigger probability to win the next 2 games?
Portis is a silent assassin, man. We need one of those. All the motherfuckers in our team right now talk too much. especially Finn. Just as you can
Huh?
tell how he took over this whole interview. All of a sudden,
What
it
the
went from
fuck?
He's a
He
it went from
superstar,
won a
Kite. He's a
30-minute speech.
superstar. He's the
Hello?
rock star.
it went from being the To show to the Finn podcast. Um, but yeah, I mean, Portis is. I've known him for a long time. He's good. I think there's some beef between the underdogs. I do not know. I think that's one of the reasons why he sold PFP low, or maybe he had a bad game. I think he didn't have the greatest game, but to be fair, I think Portis was a big reason of why they won the first game versus us. I think Portis is just he's just a solid coverage, and he has pretty good reactions. But more than anything, he has blocking down to a T, and I feel like we've missed out on like being
That
good
is,
blockers.
yeah,
So that's one
that
of the
is
reasons
one
why I
thing we
went for
haven't
the
done.
trade.
Even me, I've been pretty bad at blocking, so I think that'll help definitely. Because I
Uh,
do see other teams like fucking was it Ocho and Ducks as well as Underdogs. They block really well, and we definitely don't do that at all.
I was gonna say, Finn, Portis is the league's leading running back since last season and this season. Should we expect Finn to play wide receiver again?
Hell no, I'm not playing wide
Oh
receiver.
my
I
god.
can't play that unit. I haven't played that unit since I came back, so I can't play that unit.
Oh,
It's funny because that was your original position.
Yeah, but that was like a long
yeah,
time ago.
I
yeah.
know.
G
Uh,
G
I don't
G.
think I played much receiver after Herb was in my QB all those days ago. I think I started running back and QBing back then after Herb left me. Or I left her. I don't remember what happened.
You wanted to catch up to me, right, Finn?
Okay, but calm down.
Okay, anyways, back to the Kite podcast show. Honestly, I want all your opinions. So, yesterday I was put onto a spot to, rank the QBs of this season. And I'm curious to know what all three of you guys think. You don't need to justify it. I just want to hear how you order your QBs from best to worst for this season.
I would definitely not put Kite on the bottom because he looked pretty good yesterday.
Okay,
I don't remember what his stats were like, but I
just
know
right
he
here.
threw those two interceptions that are kind of egregious. But outside those two interceptions, we were moving the ball a lot. He got a lot. I'm pretty sure he got like 300 plus yards yesterday, and obviously like probably like 150 on the ground.
Then go to media, look at Sin's post yesterday, the above the goaltend one, and rank those six QBs for me.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I was looking at.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, I think you have Kite too low.
Yeah, okay, fair. Yeah, it's fine. Give me your ranking.
My ranking,
Yeah.
it's really tough because I don't know how to rank CJ and Krusty.
It's fine. Just put them tied together. Just spitball me your names.
I think the only thing I'd change is I'd put.
You put
Actually,
Kite.
Jeff didn't look that bad
Yeah.
yesterday either.
Okay. Honestly
Uh,
though, when I look at this, I feel like I owe it to CJ to put him above Jeff. Jeff has had 3 seasons now to change my mind, and I'm only giving Jeff points because of his
y-
legacy days.
yeah, I think I'd put CJ over Jeff, and I think I'd put Kite over Krusty at fourth. Is the two things that make difference, and other than that, I think that's fine.
All right, Lem and Kite. What's your take?
To number one, man. That's all that matters.
I knew you were gonna say that, Kite.
Well, I mean, CJ, I don't know what to say, man. I don't want to knock CJ off his high horse. I don't think he played I saw like our post game interview, which I hadn't seen before, and he acted like he blew us out of the water, like, and he was like, "Oh man, we should have ran up the score more if I didn't throw 5 ins." Honestly, like, he didn't play that much better than me. He just legit nailed his like long throw or two when he had him, and he didn't make that like a bonehead mistake that I did. But I mean, I thought we could skill wise we went toe for toe.
I
Like, just I just
I
had
mean,
like
also to be fair, me and Smith both lost our 1v1s. We got mossed over and gave To a interception, and I think we had our chances to get interceptions 1v1s on CJ, but we never did. So I
and
think
that's
that's
what
the
I
difference.
talked about week one.
I
Like,
think it's I think it's yeah, like he was saying, CJ got bailed out by his teammates and Kite didn't get bailed out by his teammates. We let him down.
they won every jump on week one. Like
Yeah.
they had like one good one where he tipped a spawn and like, but I don't think that was planned. I think that's just fucking, you just sometimes you get dog shit luck, just like what has been
No,
happening against
I think
us.
I don't think it was luck. I think they played it better than us. I think their receiver and running back were just better than me and Smith that game.
Come
Well, and
on,
I mean,
Finn.
I'm just saying that I'm saying like, yeah, they won the jump balls, but sometimes it's just pure luck. And like I said, that specific play where like CJ overrolled the spawn or Dan did it and CJ got it. Like
Yeah, I remember it
I
was
don't I don't
a
think
short throw down.
yeah, that wasn't
That
planned.
ended
That
up
was
as a
just
one v
like
two.
that. They just like
Yeah.
got it. They just the blitz got smiled upon them, but it's just yeah, So I mean, I don't think he's bad. I'll say like he definitely has gotten better with timing, but like I mean, people say I slowed down, but no, like CJ, that guy slows down way too much. Like Phin was eating him alive. I mean, like I said, I haven't played every game, but I think I do better against Giggles. He got me good when he first started out his first pubs, but I think I got his number now a little bit. I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's hard to like put myself higher because I know I've explicitly fucked up like the two games I played in. But I also think like it's not like they blew us out and like I 100% cost us the game. Like to an extent I did, but it's just like they were way more winnable. You know what I mean? Like they were way closer than what like the score looked like.
I agree.
So I mean, I don't. At the same time, I don't think like anyone's played particularly well. Um, I think I will give credit to Blue Joke Squid because he's the only motherfucker that figured out how to roll 30 yards backwards and still throw like a perfect across the map PP. But besides that, like I don't think anyone like has kind of. And I think in his last couple games, he lost his touch. But I don't know. It's hard. Let me look at the list one more time. But I feel like I'm very streaky. When I get on a good one, like I'm gonna score every drive. And my timing will be good. And when I'm not, I'm just gonna find a way to fuck up.
Yeah, you looked good yesterday. Um,
Uh, Let me look
wow.
at the list one more time. Media.
Sure.
I mean, Krusty, I thought he'd do a lot better to be honest, but he hasn't looked anything surprising. Like his playbook
It,
has been predictable. You bailed him out so many times. I thought Jeff would do better, but as you guys say, like, is it a surprise at this point? Like,
I think Crusty would be a lot better if he controls himself a little bit. I think he does a lot too many panic throws or
yeah,
desperation attempts.
Lebno should not
From
be
what
that
I
high.
saw, anyway. I don't know
Le-
if you feel that way, Wayne.
Lem joke should not
oh,
be that
y-
up there,
y-
man. He's looked mediocre at best, man. That joke has just been riding on a luck streak for as long as I can remember.
Finn, Finn, all those
Smith looked good.
Finn, all those 2B icons that Kersey has thrown at the ones you're talking about, he has never given me the heads up on those icons. I have never heard him tell me that it's an icon. But anyways, yes, I agree with you. And sorry to cut you off there,
I
Ken.
think, yeah, I think it'd be better if he just controls it. Because it gets himself under control. Because he has
Yeah.
He sees a
some of
2B.
the
He sees a
mechanics that he
2B.
needs to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sees a
Do you think
2B.
it'll get better with reps?
I've already had my conversations with Christy, so it's just about right now reps and keeping cool in the pocket.
Yeah,
Uh,
do you think he can learn to keep
I
cool?
think
Do
he
you think he
can.
can get better?
I think he can, but I think there's still a ceiling to his mechanics.
Okay, so what do you think that ceiling is? What tier would you give his QB as a ceiling?
I give it at best a T2, but consistently a T3.
See? Alright, fair.
Huh.
See, I got you
Yeah.
with the spicy questions now.
Joke,
Sorry,
joke, joke.
Lem. This is also Lem is here with us. Lem, what do you think about the rankings here? Would you put yourself or other people in a different spot?
So I'm not gonna be fake
Spicy.
prideful and put myself at number one like Kite, but I would. I think I'd keep Squid up there. I mean, I think he's only played 3 games because he sat out for Ocho that one
No,
game.
he's played
So
four. Ocho
no.
played the fifth.
Oh, he was the fifth. Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha. All right. I think I still want to see one more game out of Squid, but I think I'm gonna keep Squid at number
Yeah, I mean
one
he's earned the top spot. I think so too. Just from consistency standpoint.
for
I like
sure.
that.
I would before this week I probably would have put CJ at number two because he was doing really well. So he's going to be a little bit lower for me there. I think Smith had Did he start once or twice?
Once.
Yeah, I
I
feel
don't.
like if. Oh,
I
go
just
ahead,
want to
Kite.
know why he has Smith listed up there but not Romo. Is he like
Yeah,
everyone
Romo's
with
played 2
QB?
games at
It
quarterback.
was whoever gave me. Oh, sorry for my dog.
Whoever
Was whoever
what?
gave me the names.
Wait, what? You cut
Oh,
out. I think your dog was too loud.
tell
Sorry.
Sophie to be quiet.
Okay, she's calmer now. Sorry about that. It was the names given to me, and so I put Smith there because that was the name given to me. But if we were to insert Romo here, I'll put Romo right under Smith because Smith is my OG. I feel like if I played with Smith, Smith would be this ranking. Obviously, when he didn't play without me, he's somewhere else on this list. But I
I mean,
see,
when he played QB, we moved the ball. We got to the red zone every
yeah,
single drive. We just got stuck there at the red zone
yeah. So I
and
agree.
didn't
I
get anything
agree,
done.
but there's no shot I'm going to put Cressy or anyone else above Smith. So Smith and then Romo. Romo would be right under Smith here if I were to insert his name.
All right,
Lemjuk
so
would be top 4. I would say that, but top 2, man, you're giving him too much credit. Now go
I'm
on,
thinking,
Lemjuk.
I'm thinking Squid. I'm thinking Smith. I'm thinking a tie between Kite and Romo. Then me.
Oh,
No, I'm sorry. Hold on.
wait, what?
Squid,
Yeah,
Smith,
right.
um, CJ, then Kite Smith, tie.
Wait, you
No,
said
sorry,
Smith twice.
Kite Romo,
Yeah.
tie. Then me, then Young.
Where's Krusty?
Where's Krusty? Yeah.
Oh, he's about. Sorry, he's between Young and me. He's second to
Okay, Krusty's
last.
second last. Let's go.
All
He just,
right.
I mean, he's had like 6 drives all season, besides the heavy hitters game. He's like 6 total drives. Like he's just like it's a slog. Every drive is just so slow.
According to one credible source, he's a top 2 QB. So
And that credible source can't be himself.
no, I'm not talking about him. So
Oh, okay. But yeah, I
uh,
think I keep myself towards the bottom of that list.
but okay, fair enough. All right, that was my question, guys, and we are at 1 hour and a half. So let's wrap it up with maybe let's give Finn and Kite one more question each, and then we'll wrap this up.
I'll start with my question, man. Man, I don't even want to bring this motherfucker up, man. He's getting too much of TO time, but I generally want to sit down and have a council meeting and try to figure out what's wrong.
Okay,
Now,
Hmm?
Finn.
Harvey motherfucking Dent.
Okay.
Does he suffer from A, bipolar disorder, 2, depression, 3, PTSD, 4, anger management, 5, all of the above, or 6, he's just an over emotional human being, or he's just a normal human being.
You
It's
know,
All right, who wants to answer this one first?
and
I want to.
and I'm gonna say this as someone who's been in the community for 10 years. You know what I mean? Like I, and at this point, I enjoy pissing him off. You know, I enjoy pissing him and Ocho off. You guys know me. I've loved getting a reaction out of people
Mhm,
since I have an online
of course.
persona. Like it's not just on Blitz. I'm the same way in crypto, and like people laugh, and it's made me a lot of money too because people laugh. You know, people like remember a personality. You know, and people ask
Yeah.
me
Oh,
like why
God.
this and that. Like I generally enjoy it. Like yeah, these guys think I'm the fucking bad guy. You're never gonna see a bad guy like me. Quote Tony Montana. No, but Harvey, man, I want to know what's wrong with that guy, man. Like I don't mean any harm for that guy, but I want to know. And my question, I generally think he's bipolar. That's where I'm gonna go, and I want to hear what you guys think.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
Wait,
oh, he
did
meant
he
to
move?
mute himself, and he.
He
welcome
just,
back.
yeah.
Welcome back, right?
Yeah, it's the Harvey curse, man. It's the Harvey curse. I didn't click anything. I just got dragged
He's
out. Now
already in
go.
your head now. You just talk about him
Yeah,
and he's
He
in your
knows,
head.
yo.
yeah.
The
The
server's out
Blitz
of
Okay,
control.
gods.
to be
All right,
fair,
who's gonna
I
go next?
think Sheriff Prism's had his issues, but I think he's been a absolute stellar citizen this league, in my opinion. I don't think he's been that much of an issue
We're not talking
currently.
this league. We're talking in general. We're trying to figure him out as a human being. Like we're having to sit down and like let's say we're about to give him like a fucking like what do you call it, like an epiphany, a sit down with
Intervention.
yes, like and we're to address his issues so he could overcome them and be a better person. So this is what we would do. Like, what would be your issue? What would we think is his issue? Not this season, like for the what 10 plus years we've known him.
I mean, I think it's just personality. Sometimes personalities just clash. And obviously, I think he just has a personality that clashes with some other people that we have in our community, and it's just I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. I think it's just a clashing of
Uh,
personalities.
I mean, it's I don't want to like. It's hard. I mean, I don't want to say I know someone, but at this point, it's hard for me to imagine him in a job setting where he gets pissed off and he's not telling like his fucking employer to go kill himself. Like this
I,
is what well this is what I have a hard time visualizing. Like you're telling me this guy bites his bullet and he bites the bullet and lets it all out at Blitz. That could be very well it, you know? Go ahead, Lemnos.
I think a lot of people have like, you know, different. Oh, this is a terrible thing. A lot of people have different faces, and it doesn't. It sucks. I'm saying that with the Harvey Dent reference, but anyway, like people have like, you know, people go to work and like you think like, oh, they're a stellar citizen. They go to work and whatever, and then they go home and like they beat their children or something like that. Um, but I'm not saying that's what's happening here. I'm just saying that people have different faces. So um, if if you think Prism is behaving a certain way here, it doesn't mean he's going to be behaving a certain way at the office. Back to the point of the question.
But it means
Um,
there's underlying issues, isn't there?
no, I don't. I don't think so. 'Cause
I
now I'm
think
going
it's
to go
just a
back to
clash of
the
personalities, and then
yeah.
some people just deal with it better than others.
And so that's what I was going to go to. Like Finn said, I think the one thing is the clash of personalities. The second thing, I think he's a competitive guy, and then if people are making like stupid mistakes, especially over and over again, like I've seen him have like tons of patience with like vets and new peoples and all that. But like when it's like the same thing over and over again, and people don't want to like do something, especially in a competitive setting like a league game, like he's gonna get like upset and annoyed, and I mean maybe he might get like a little too angry about it in the moment, but like it's not to say that it's not necessarily unjustified. Um, but
Hmm.
so yeah, I mean, I think like that coupled with the clashing of personalities, and then people might get defensive, and then if someone gets defensive about it, then it just at that point turns into an argument.
Yeah.
That's all I
Yeah,
got, really.
I mean, it
And
could
some
be.
people just have a harder time letting go of certain arguments than others. So I think it's just like I said, it just comes down to personality and how people deal with it.
All right. I mean, that's fair. Some people take shit way too seriously and hold grudges. I get that. I mean, I'm gonna say that I was more surprised. Like, to me, when Tony invited me back, I'm gonna like my mentality was like I'm gonna come back exactly the same way I was 10 years ago. Like, I'm gonna make it a fucking point because one, I enjoy that, and two, like not only for nostalgic purposes, but three, like it brings me joy and it makes me fucking laugh. You know what I mean? Like like it's just fucking funny to me. But the first thing I came back and I think I asked when I joined on my first day back, I was like, "Yo, like, does Prism still like rage quit?" And they're like, "Oh God, it's even worse." I can't remember who told me. And I played a tourney with them. I think the first I picked them actually for the first team. I was like, I gotta find out for myself. And I think it was my first time hearing him on voice. And he was like composed. He was nice. He was calling his plays. And I don't know at one point at what point it went astray, you know. But yeah, sure enough, Harvey was unlocked. And then, like I said, it's more surprising than I generally thought. Like, all right, this guy's gonna have beaten like his fucking anger issues from 10 years ago. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I said, it's surprising, but like as you guys said, different personalities, but I don't actually mind him as much as a person as people might think. Like I just enjoy pissing him off. It just gives me joy. Now, Wayne, your thoughts?
So I played with Chris, obviously Blitz back then, and I played another 2D soccer game with him post StarCraft. So I kind of have a feeling, I mean, an understanding of his competitiveness. I think like what you guys already touched on, he's competitive, he's prideful, and he's argumentative. He engages and seeks reactions when sometimes when he's looking for that entertainment, and that's just who he is. I think when it comes to Blitz specifically, since he is a skilled player, he has his own views, he's confident, and so when you challenge him in a certain way, he challenges you back. I do feel like sometimes he oversteps in a malicious type of way. However, and this is not to kind of like okay it. I just think sometimes it's better to just ignore those moments because it's just in the heat of the moment and just don't engage. And that's sometimes the best way to deal with those moments because I feel like what Lem said, he has been patient. He has tried to teach and gives genuine advice to the QBs this season. I think it's just yeah, like
You want a quick little leak, Wayne?
what's up?
Yeah, I'll give you something spicy real quick.
Okay, okay. Well, while Finn gives me this, oh yeah, all in all, like I had my, I know I triggered or like I baited or not. No, sorry, I wouldn't even use those words. I know what I did when I said those words for fun. Now, how far it goes from here on out, I'll let the time speak for itself. But I feel like Priz is also great for the community. He's doing Priz Vegas. He's usually spot on. He um, he does media pieces for us, and those are all things that I value as well. All right, now this leak that Finn's talking about. Um, Finn has accepted. If I'm wrong here, Finn, correct me if I'm wrong. But it seems like Finn has accepted a show match against Dan
Who even brought this up?
Krusty, because
I
Krusty
don't
is the
know. That
narrator.
was crusty.
Krusty's the narrator.
He's just like building up certain rivalries and trying to,
Yeah, no,
I
well,
guess.
it started with yesterday's stuff, Finn. I won't go through all the stuff with you, but apparently people want to see a Dan versus Finn show match at QB, and
What? Why?
because, well, Finn, let me ask you this: do you think you're a better QB than Dan?
Uh, certain aspects. I think
Okay,
I'm better.
okay, and Dan feels the same way about beating you, right? And so
I'm sure a lot of people feel
and
that
so
way.
and so therefore, Krusty wants
But
to.
what makes Dan special?
I don't know. You tell me what makes Dan special.
I don't know.
Okay. I don't know, but he's been playing QB since we all came back. I do genuinely feel this way, Finn, and I think I told you this before. I do feel like Dan is the third best QB at the moment. But you know, I said, and I'll tell you this, Finn, and these are the conversations that we have that without you on voice all the time with us. I think that you could beat him with certain players on your team, right? But if you were given T3 and lower players, I think Dan is better equipped to use those players than you are, because
Oh yeah,
because
obviously, yeah.
yeah,
Because my offense, I need people to know what they're doing.
exactly, because you go quick, right?
Because I don't hold hands well at
Yes,
all.
yes, I agree, I agree.
Yeah,
And so,
and that is
anyways,
why I fucking struggled with Squid and Tug week 7 last week.
yeah,
I was lost.
but
Oh
that's
yeah,
okay.
Wayne didn't play,
I
right?
did not play. No.
Yeah, we didn't play. I was with Blue and Intox, and every time I play broke down, nothing happened, and I got sacked.
All right,
Oh, classic.
so back to this, Lem. Finn has selected you and Wick to be part of Finn's team. Now, I don't
Oh
know.
my! Why do I have to keep playing with Wick every day? It's every.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know who Dan chose, but this is according to the message that Finn just sent me, and I know Krusty's been messaging me stuff as well. But anyways, sounds like Finn is down. Perhaps we'll see it this weekend or whenever it
Hi,
is.
Lem.
Um,
Hello.
but anyways, Finn, just because it's breaking here right now. Well,
I
man, we
just
had two breaking news today.
I
But
pick Lem. Okay, let me just say I pick Lem because I think Lem is the best blitzer in the league right now at
I agree
RB.
with you. I agree with you.
Even
I
above
don't think there's anyone
Devin and
better.
Ducks.
I don't think
I
anyone's better than you at blitz
I
when you're
feel the same
RB.
way. I feel the same way.
I-
And you know what's crazy,
Interesting. I
Finn?
think most leagues disagree.
You know what's
But
crazy, Finn? He'll be much better if he was a wide receiver unit.
you think so? Oh, I've never seen you on wide
Exactly.
receiver though. Have you,
Exactly.
Lem?
We have not.
I
You
don't
might
think I'm as
be.
good.
I don't think so either, because a wide receiver is a big fucking curves. I hate playing the wide receiver. Like I like the quick little movements a lot better, because I think if you have better reaction like Lem does, I think the RB's a better unit.
That's what I'm saying.
So
The receiver unit is it's bigger range, yeah, but it's a slower reacting unit, so it kind of negates his fast clicks and all that shit. Like when you're actually trying to react to jukes, I think the RB's better.
so I have a hot not I wouldn't say it's a hot take, but I don't think it's Lem's reflexes that gets him those sacks. I think it's his technique that gets him those sacks.
Like his spam
It's
clicking.
fucking auto click.
He's spamming and the angles at which he spams it. And I think I only noticed this when the one time he put up his stream and I saw him how he blitzed. And that's why I give him the technique down. I don't think Lem has better reflexes than you and I, Vin. I don't
You know,
think so.
okay, one thing I actually really want to do is I want to have, the human benchmark thing? I want to
Okay.
see what the difference is in reaction based on people's tiers.
Oh,
Like their raw reaction
yeah, yeah, yeah,
time.
yeah.
Because
Isn't that something you can like game though?
it's definitely something you can gain, but I do think, I mean, we're basing the tiers off of everyone's setup anyway, right?
So the average,
Yeah.
oh, average, oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, so like you're gonna see the reaction time that they're gonna have in StarCraft as they would in that thing anyway.
That could be, it's interesting. Because like, we obviously probably believe that Dux is up there in that category.
Oh, I think I feel like I already have a good sense of who's gonna be the highest reaction times or would get the highest reaction times.
Yo,
Not Tia.
Not with that setup. Not with that setup.
Definitely not Tia.
man, fuck you all. You're no different than fucking Harvey holding me back.
All right.
Yeah, are we done with the Finn show now? Can we go back to the TO show?
I mean, I think you asked her a question about Harvey, right?
We didn't even wrap it up, man.
Finn. Wait, well, Finn. Unless you wanted to end off on that showdown, you get one more question as well.
uh, I don't think I have any questions here.
All right,
Last-
To, then go ahead.
Go ahead and what?
Ask your last question.
Wrap up
Tio.
your Harvey. Or ask what you're gonna say. Say what you're gonna say.
No, I'm done talking about Harvey, man. Why you guys always bringing Harvey up?
You brought
You
him
said you
up.
didn't wrap it up.
You brought him up.
You brought him up.
No, I said it was the Finn show.
This is what
Oh,
happens when you
sorry,
bring a
sorry.
rock star.
No,
Okay, it's my
I
fault.
don't.
It is my fault.
I just want to say, like, I as much as my team, I don't actually have a problem with like Harvey. Like, I just genuinely enjoy pissing him off, and I genuinely enjoy getting a reaction out of people. It's just certain jokes that can't let go of it. You know what I mean? And I'm kind of the same way. Like, I mean, I'm sitting here on my computer all day, just like watching fucking trading charts. So I have nothing better to do, like, than keep Discord on, like most of the time. You know, because
Alright.
you miss fucking the sometimes. And when the market's hot, man, you can't even go outside and get your Uber Eats food because you miss the 10x. Shit's real, man.
All right, great. Let
But
me.
Deal with that kind of stress.
I was just gonna say that I think only thing that really gets me with like Harvey is like when he generally like says hurtful shit. You know what I mean? And like I've said it before, and like I don't think he's done it to me, but I've seen him like. You know, we've all seen it, why he got
Yes.
suspended for a whole month. You know what I mean? Or not even for a month, for like a week. And that's to me where I draw the line. Like, you know, to me, it's just a fucking game. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, obviously some people take it more seriously than others. Like to me, it's a fucking joke. This whole thing, like, it's obviously like a fun, dedicated joke. And actually, like, I'm actually thankful that like people actually take the time to like organize this. Like, it's really cool, you know. And hopefully, if I keep hitting big, I'm gonna start donating some more gift cards. Um, but yeah, it's just I think it's a StarCraft thing, man, or maybe I just haven't played that many toxic games. But I'm playing StarCraft 2, you know, and then I get a motherfucker just like, hey, after you're done with this game, you're gonna kill yourself,
Oh
or
boy.
and it'll be
No, I
over
think-
something so petty, like you know, like I don't know, like it's so funny, like you know, you won't build a barracks to cover like a Zerg rush, and and they'll go off on you, and it's the same thing. Like I've never seen more like fucking politics in the StarCraft lobby, and I don't know what it is, man, but
I think it's
that's
just
just all I want
gamers.
to
We
say.
talking
It's
about
just
StarCraft
gamers.
2?
Oh, we're just talking about in general, like fucking.
I think it naturally happens to a lot of competitive games. The longer the game has been out, the less like the more
I get,
explosive people tend to get
and I
because
guess
they find less and less things fun about it.
this leads to my segue question, which is my last question: is will the Blitz community and these jokes still be around 10 years from now? And if so, or if not, who will be the last joke remaining who just can't let it go? My vote is on Young. You know, he might have money. He's gonna just keep paying people to try and learn. He's gonna start a blitz school, and then he's just gonna have a Hall of Fame of like his season one Super Bowl, some shit like that. Um, I was trying to get back to his ways.
I mean,
Maybe Harvey,
I think it'll
maybe Harvey might
last
have
a
some
decent
fucking
bit
truth.
at least because I still see new people being brought into Blitz every day, so
Yeah,
it's pretty healthy right now.
It's
yeah.
harder
I
to
would say.
retain them. It's harder to
Oh, it's
retain
definitely
them.
harder to attain, but I do think it's a lot healthier now than it was back then because I remember back then, like 15 years ago, we'd be extremely gatekeepy in how we played. Like a lot of times, if you just see someone downloading the game, we just automatically boot without even like a hesitation at that.
Yeah,
So
I
there
mean,
was no, it wasn't a healthy, sustainable setup, and it showed.
well, when there's motherfuckers offering $50 to train new recruits, man, you better damn well be welcoming.
Oh yeah.
Exploitable.
Yeah, no, I
True.
remember that too. Like, I don't know, like who let me download the map, but I think by chance I was like really into football back then. I was like, oh fuck it. But I think any other like game host, and I probably wouldn't have been allowed to download the game. But yeah, I think Money's
Yeah.
been pretty good at it. Like he's always wanted to teach people. Like Cutler had a good run
Money,
too. But
Cutler, yeah,
yeah,
Dan even.
before
Ducks and kite
I
caught a
think the
few of them.
downfall was offering fucking
Buddy?
Cutler Money, man. Cutler Money.
I
That's where we
agree.
went astray, man. We mixed business and pleasure there.
That's right. Not a little bit too
I
much pleasure.
I could honestly
Was
do a
that
little
actually
better at
something that
training
happened? I don't
people.
know that happened at all.
I'll tell you later, Finn. But yes, something happened.
I could do a little better at training people, but after fucking I spent like an hour training Nito that joke, my wife got pissed at me for some reason. I think we missed like something because
You're
I was
married?
training that joke, and then
I didn't even know you were married.
and he turned out to be my biggest enemy. My
What do you mean Nito
my
loves you?
Nito is my second biggest hater, man.
Oh my god.
Yeah, of course I'm married. I'm not the like half you lonely fucks out here, miserable motherfuckers. I'm just fucking with y'all. Nah, it's just yeah, that's all I want to say, dude. It's been fun. It's been a fun, dude. I was pleasantly surprised that half you motherfuckers are still around. Yeah.
We out here.
Nah, fuck you. With your
All
lucky
right.
ass 3 fumbles and motherfucking.
All right, sign
Take
us
your
out
L.
then. Sign us out then.
All right. You heard it here. Kite is accepting his L. Finn is down
Remaining
for a show match
confident.
against Finn is down for a show match against Dan. More to be discussed on that. We had a
Romo has
good.
been traded for Portis. Don't forget that.
Oh yeah, Romo has been traded for Portis, going from the has-beens to the underdogs, and I think that's it. We have another tourney this weekend, King of the Hill sort of tourney.
And
Um,
75% of the audience does not think anything is wrong with Harvey. So he's a perfectly normal human being.
and that too. So have a good evening, everyone, and that's it for the Bricked Up Blitz podcast. Have a good night.
That's what it's called.
Fuck